12 p.m. at the studios of Reflet d'Afrique Television. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on the midday edition of the news. The Cameroon government has issued a statement stating that it has neutralized an alleged perpetrator of the October 24, 2020 school massacre in Kumba. And according to Minister Rene Emmanuel Sadi, who signed the release, one of the separatist fighters named Wonke, who is said to be responsible for the Kumba massacre, was killed by the 6th Rapid Intervention Battalion, commonly called the B, of the police of Kosala, Kumba Southwest region on the night of October 26, 2020, after gathering information from the local population in the neighborhood. The statement states that Wonke was at the forefront of his gang that turned up in 3 motorcycles and stole life from innocent students and pupils. After fishing out his hideout, the B team were able to recover, among other things, a wrecked brand automatic gun, 12 ammunition of 7.68 mm by 39 and 7 mobile phones. The statement also acknowledged the aid of the local population for the collaboration with the military to neutralize the perpetrators of that barbaric act. Still in the same light, the Cameroon government has also declared Saturday, October 31st, 2020 as a National Day of Mourning for victims of the Kumba massacre. According to the statement, the national flag shall be throughout that day be flown at half-mast as a symbol of honor to the 7 kids shot dead by alleged separatist fighters. This statement comes 4 days after the tragic incident and 2 days after the head of state reacted by condemning and extending condolences on his Twitter handle. Since the October 24th incident, which attracted widespread condemnation from both the national and international community, peaceful march has been carried out by mostly women in the major towns of the country. The government, on her part, had sent a ministerial delegation to console the families and examine the loss. And according to reports from the southwest region of Cameroon, the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganji, promised the victims and their families that the government is ready to pay the hospital bills of all the injured students. During Minister Paul Atanganji and 4-man ministerial visit to the southwest region to console families of the victims of the Kumba school shoot, a lady interrupted the Territorial Administration Minister, stating that she has been instructed by God to tell Minister Biya and his ministers to step down from the throne. According to the lady, which we apprehended as Mary, if they do not step down from the throne, God will start from the presidency and kill without mercy. After interrupting Territorial Administration Minister Paul Atanganji during his condolence speech in Kumba, she noted that it is God's time for the Biya regime to renounce power. The woman interrupted Atanganji at a time when the minister was quoting biblical chapters to back up his view that the long-serving regime of Paul Biya is ordained by God. The woman immediately seized the floor while Minister Atanganji was speaking, declaring thus, "Nobody can fight God. You can stand in the midst of everybody. You can stand in the midst of anyone and say anything. But I want to make you know that there is a God in heaven that watches everybody." Speaking to the press afterward, she said since the government has failed and people have been rendered helpless by the raging armed conflict, it is time for people to turn to God, who has solution to all problems. Mali court has sentenced 2 to death. A Malian court on Wednesday sentenced to death 2 men found guilty of killing more than 2 dozen people in attacks targeting foreigners in 2015. Fawaz Oud Ahmed and his co-defendant Sadou Shaka were convicted after 2 days of hearings. Oud Ahmed confessed to attacking a club in the capital Bamako in 2015, killing 5 people in revenge for cartoons of the Prophet Muhammad published by the French Charlie Hebdo magazine. Oud Ahmed and 2 other men, Malian nationals, Sadou Shaka and Abdul Baki Abdramen Magai, were charged both for the La Terrasse club attack and for another assault in November 2015, when gunmen took guests and staff hostages at the luxurious Radisson Bleu Hotel. The siege left 20 people dead, including 14 foreigners. Oud Ahmed told the president judge that he felt no remorse for the deadly violence. The trial was a rare event in Mali where years of conflict and political instability had weakened criminal justice system and institutions. Oud Ahmed was arrested by police in 2016 in Bamako while planning another attack. Mali is currently in the middle of militant insurgency and the central northern region, which has killed and displaced thousands of people. Ivorians will this Saturday, October 31st, go to the poll to elect a new president. Ahead of the vote, one of the four candidates contesting in the presidential election, Kwadwo Konan Bertin, popularly known as KKB, is calling on voters to cast their ballot. His call comes after opposition parties asked their supporters to boycott the polls. They have called for a boycott, accusing the electoral authorities and constitutional councils of being biased and unable to guarantee a fair election. Deserting the poll is not the solution. I have always said it and I repeat, I ask only one thing of the Ivorians, that they go and vote. Kwadwo Konan Bertin, independent candidate for the presidential election, noted. Reports from the country state that dozens of would-be candidates have been barred from running in the election, including former President Laurent Gbagbo and ex-rebel chief Guillaume Soro, who both played key roles in the 2010-11 crisis. At least 30 people have been killed in clashes in different towns since August, when Alassane Ouattara announced he would run again for the presidential election. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching till the end. Another edition comes up at 7 p.m. with me, Promise Fosu. Until then, have a good day.